Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom, and thanks so much for joining us on my YouTube channel where I discuss all things Tesla, electric vehicles, and renewable energy. If this is your first time to the channel, hello and welcome. Please take a moment to hit that red subscribe button. That way you stay informed of any new content, and it also helps my channel to grow. Today we're going to look at software update 2020.24.6.9, the latest update for our Tesla Model 3 performance here in Sydney, Australia. And we're going to do that and much more right after this. Okay, so we're entering the Warringah Freeway here on the north side of Sydney. I've got the navigation set on the rocks in Sydney, and we've got it on navigate on autopilot as well. And just going to check our settings for autopilot. We've got all the features set up here for traffic light and stop sign control and full self-driving visualization. We've got it on standard, I believe, for lane change. Now I've got mild lane change, which is fine, not too aggressive. And we're going to engage autopilot right now. Of course, autopilot is always beta, guys, so hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. Now, 2020.24.6.9 is just bug fixes this time round, so nothing too dramatic. If you want to look at the release notes from the previous update, I'll leave a link to my other video, which you can click on if you want to look at those features. So once we get on the bridge proper, I'll show you these side repeater cameras as well. But let me just concentrate while we get onto the bridge proper itself. We're still on the Warringah Freeway for now. Let's see if it changes lanes by itself. Yes, it does. I didn't touch the indicator. That's happened a few times now with the last few updates, which I'm still very impressed with. And see the speed limit change as well by itself. There's the toll for the Harbour Bridge. I've always got my hands kind of at the bottom of the steering wheel here, because it does ask you to wiggle the wheel every now and then, just to make sure you're still there, basically. Bit of braking there, it was went under that bridge. Happens every now and then, that sort of phantom braking. Alright, speed limit is 70. Let's see if the autopilot speed changes as well. Keep your eye on that. Okay, it hasn't changed, so I will set it back to 70 there by touching the speed limit. Alrighty, so we're very close to the northern pylon of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, going southbound from the north. It wants me to change lanes. I won't do that just yet. I'm pretty happy here. Yep, so here in Australia we've still got to clear the traffic lights. I kind of keep my foot on the accelerator for this bit, that way it doesn't keep braking. Yeah, so I'm kind of in the right lane of the bridge. Just got to be very careful here, obviously, because there are oncoming cars on the other side. Like I said, I'll keep my foot on the accelerator because otherwise I'm going to keep clearing the lights, because the lane indicators, the car is seeing it as traffic lights. So that go on green, I believe, is not coming to Australia from some notes I saw on Twitter. I'll have to double check that for the next update, which will be a shame, unfortunately. Hopefully, the next update, these indicator lights ahead of me will be fixed, so that I don't have to keep clearing it with autopilot. Okay, so we are just finishing up on the bridge here, on the south side now. Wants me to bear right. Let's see what it does here, whether it exits properly. If not, I will, yes, it wants me to lane change, so I will do that. Does it lane change one more time? Yeah, it's not bad. That's probably the smoothest the car has done. in the last couple of updates. And Autopilot is ending very soon. Go back to basic. Let's see what it does. Does it slow down around this curve? Yes, it kind of does. Yeah. No, okay, so that cleared it by itself there. Okay, so yeah. So that's done it a few times now in the last couple of updates. It didn't slow down very well on the curve coming out of the freeway of the bridge. And then it wants to just break autopilot when we get to the traffic light here. So yeah, hopefully with the next update that'll improve. But let's go towards the rocks now. I'll put it, once we turn left here, I'll put it back on autopilot so you can see what happens with visualizations. Lane markings aren't great in some parts of the city, so I will be very careful, of course. As you can see, I've got to clear the light here, otherwise it won't go. Yeah. Oh, ambulance coming. No, police car. Autopilot lines flashing there, it's just come off there, that's fine. Okay guys, so we're in the rocks now. What we'll do now is we'll head back up north. Just cancel that. We'll head back up north and see whether Navigate on Autopilot works northbound as well. We'll see very shortly. Alright guys, so I've set it for Artarmon, which is on the north side of the city. And it does say that Navigate on Autopilot is available, which is great. So we'll head back on the bridge and then activate Autopilot. It's a bit sketchy in parts of the city, Autopilot. The steering wheel does come on and off occasionally, but let's activate it now. Let's see what we get. Because I'm on basic, I'm just going to deactivate it because I do want to go onto the Harbour Bridge. Okay, and then go back onto the north side. Let's put the repeater cameras on for you as well. Using our new Moshi screen with less glare. Okay, so I'll activate Autopilot once I clear this bit. This bit can get a little bit tricky because there are a lot of lanes coming in and out. But now that we're on a proper lane, let's activate Autopilot. Here we are. Still got to clear all the lights, so again I'll put my foot on the accelerator. So we don't have to keep clearing with the indicator stalk. So just basic autopilot for now on the bridge. There was one update where it was navigate and autopilot on the bridge. I believe it'll go back to navigate once we clear the bridge. Nice winter's day again in Sydney. It's a bit less glare on the screen there with the Moshi screen protector, which is nice. I would say the colours probably aren't as sharp with the screen protector on, but it's a nice trade-off for having less glare from the sun, which makes it for better viewing, I think, for me as the driver, and hopefully for you as the viewer as well. Okay, so we're just coming off the bridge now. Let's see what happens. Let's see whether we go back to navigate on autopilot, which is that single line. It's still basic for now. I normally would stay in this lane, possibly change lanes to the right. We'll see what the car wants me to do. Okay, wants me to change. No. Not sure about that. Let's go back here. Let's change lanes. No, let's not. Okay. Okay, we'll cancel that lane change and go back on basic autopilot. And now it's navigated on autopilot here for this bit. Yeah, a little bit confusing there. I think that bit's really difficult because it's kind of the transition between the bridge and the freeway. It's a little bit confused, I think, because the car, when at that transition point between basic and navigate, just looking back I'll look back at the footage, but I think it wanted me to go to the right, but then sort of cancelled back to the left. So yeah, that's probably something that might need to be fixed with the next update. See, this car wants to change, and again, that's where it's a bit confusing for cars, because I mean, ideally, if I was a human, if I didn't have autopilot on, I would have slowed down for that car, but autopilot didn't slow down for that car, which is fine. I mean, ideally, if the car saw another car coming into its lane, it would slow down and let the car in, but it didn't do that. Wants me to change lane. I will actually stay in this lane because, again, there's a car behind me. Again, that's where I think a bit of discretion as a human driver I would normally make. I would not change lanes if there were cars very close to me behind me, whereas autopilot, I don't know, just wants you to change lanes usually very quickly, which is why I don't have it on auto lane change. I've still got it on confirm. That way I can sort of still make a decision at this stage. So I think that discretion is just not there with autopilot. Alright guys, we're just on the M2, not quite the M2. This is the Gore Hill Freeway coming off the harbour crossings. Let's see whether it takes the correct exit to the Artarmon exit. It's coming up pretty soon. I guess the car does well on a nice straight road with not too many, I suppose, interchanges and entries and exits off the motorway. Like this, it's fine, but I think it gets confused in that transition point, as you saw, between basic and navigate on autopilot, and that, I guess, in turn confuses me. It does change its mind very quickly like that. So hopefully with the next update, the bridge will be navigated on autopilot. That way we don't get that mix up with the transition. Alright, we're just exiting the Gore Hill now. Let's see what it does. I'll just take it off this so I can see. And you can see as well where we are. Okay, navigate is ending. So it wants me to go this way. Alright, cool. And back on basic. Alrighty guys, that is our video for today for, yeah, I'll take the reserve road exit here and cancel autopilot. Alright guys, that is our autopilot video for today for software update 2020.24.6.9. As I said, it's just for bug fixes, nothing major today. But thanks for watching guys. Until the next software update, stay safe, and as always, happy charging.